All right, fight me, Durgan.
The land of the gods was practically in sight when a mysterious wanderer confronted them.
Do not proceed. The good of humanity forbids such an action.
A Garabantiash wizard? Here of all places?
We seek no conflict, friend, but we have a widely differing opinion on what is best for humanity. Identify yourself.
There is one of your group who already has that knowledge.
That voice. It cannot be. Boldizsár?
Tell me, Kayla, how is the Deva fortress holding up?
You murderer!
Says the hypocrite responsible for putting many of our brothers to rest mere days ago. Correct? Your beloved Anna did not fall victim to murder. Only a mutual agreement made by all of us.
Personal grudges aside, wizard, why do you seek to stop us?
Who cares? He dies now.
Let it be known, I offered you a peaceful exit.
The only thing we need to know is that your death is nigh.
Why do you stop us? Whom do you serve?
I serve only the Garabantiash order, which itself serves what is best for humanity. Some will live, some will die. At the end of it all, mankind will be in a better place.
With no sun?
The sun will survive. Operencia will not.
This makes no sense. Join us. Use your magic for good.
I am. Yet I can tell, all of you are beyond redemption. You must die.
More lies! For Anna!
Okay. I was able to use sun. By the way, him casting spells and hovering and using a spell book is not what I expected from his physical appearance. My attempts at frightening and so on don't seem to be working, which is rough, because he says he's immune to stun and sleep. So there's no hint that he's immune to these things, but apparently he is. Maddening, I believe, is useless, because it just makes you not distinguish between a friend and foe, but he has no allies to attack, until he summons someone, perhaps, which he has not. And I can't stun him, so that's not worth doing unless I just want to do the damage. Patunk. Actually, I should have cast the heal on that character, so that our tank doesn't have to. Actually, our tank can't, because he's perturbed. Oh, I should have done the damage over time one first, just to do the more damage over the course of the fight. At least my fire resist reduction worked. Uh-oh. Ooh, he missed. Good. That is good. Please keep missing.
I told you who I'm working for. Allow me to introduce who I'm working with.
Boldizsár escaped as an unbelievable sight entered the picture. 3 furious heads stared at the companions, ready to strike.
You have come far. You will pass no farther. You will not disrupt my plans.
Have you the Sun King?
He is safe. You will not be.
Ooh. Wait, did it just skip the turn I was on? What happened there? Okay. Shit. So, I just wasted everything I've done so far, basically. That's not good. Also, Mezzy still hasn't even had a turn. He has never had a chance to even use taunt. Screw it. Alright, let's enter bear mode. Yeah, a lot of my past actions have been wasted. Invulnerable. Oh. Just in general, huh? How the hell does that work? Can I punch you? It's not even listed as a buff. He just is invulnerable. Is this a meant to lose fight? Are we gonna realize that he's invulnerable at some point and be like, oh, let's go get the god sword that kills him?
I have an idea. Close your eyes. Sheila channeled all her might into a blinding flash of light. Starlight itself. Unable to see, the dragon writhed in agony. as the companions took their final steps to the land of the gods.
Oh, okay. It's the fight doesn't happen fight, specifically. That is a very high intelligence requirement on a melee weapon. Scythe of Father Time. Ooh, 10 intelligence. Neat. But I'd have to wear it. I'd have to use it instead of my wand, though. I want my wand. 50% extra attack chance. 4% instant kill chance. That's not bad if I can get it on my druid. But I think his intelligence is relatively low. The Archmage spellbook. And a 10% energy ring. That's some good stuff. So that's definitely the dragon from the prologue. It's a bit silly, but the animation's just strangely chosen. We'll get to that in a minute.
They made haste. The upper world would protect them from further pursuit, for no dragon could set foot there without invitation. They arrived at the Copper Forest, knowing that only Hodur, the Firesmith King, would know their next course of action. But first, they had to reach him.
So what I mean about the animation is that he's supposed to be this big, intelligent, mega god dragon that's this big central thing in the plot, right? But one of the animations is his heads bickering with each other and snapping at each other. I'm like, that makes him seem like an idiot. Copper Forest. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Scylla's starlight had blinded the dragon, allowing your group to scurry upward to the land of the gods. Now in the Copper Forest, you stand at the door to Hodur himself. But what will it take for the Firesmith King to answer? See, here is where the journal entry should unlock from Scylla that talks about blinding a dragon. They kind of gave that away earlier. Those entire forest made of copper. Awesome. These kind of absurd locations is exactly what I was looking forward to the moment we got to the first chapter and it had the bizarre drowned castle. Look at this place. I think this is also going to be the place I was looking forward to this whole time, in that I saw an image early on and posted it to my columnar jointing folder, because this place, I believe, is the place where there's just tons of it everywhere. Yep, there it is. Apparently it's made of copper, though. Look at that. It's a little off. The shapes are wrong. That's explained by the fact that it's made of copper, but it still appeals to the same weird idea of how often columnar jointing is used in everything, aka basalt columns, or the Devil's Post pile, or Devil's other places. It's compared to the Devil a lot when people name that formation in real life, apparently.
Hello, we humbly seek an audience with Hodur, the Firesmith King. They're not even acknowledging us.
It is a test.
While Hodur likely knows of our quest and already deems it worthy of his time, it is within his known character to want to test us himself.
He uses no words, yet his challenge is clear. We must create our own key for this door.
And the forest will yield all that is required for this?
We will need copper branches and a way to refine them, also likely nearby. We have much exploring to do.
With the added bonus of fighting for our lives and avoiding death traps, no doubt.
Again, such is within Hodur's known character, yes.
Sounds like a lovely fellow.
For easy reference, I've created a list of everything we need to do.
Oh, what an excuse for breaking and entering. His door is locked with some sort of lock. Clearly this is a challenge for us to craft our own key. It's definitely not a normal reaction to that kind of situation, but we are here, I suppose. Find 5 copper branches, process the copper, melt the copper at the proper temperature, use a mold, cool it down. All these completed quests that I haven't clicked through. There we go. Boldizsár. Kella may have her issues with me, but compared to Boldizsár, we're best friends. For many years, more than I know or care to, Boldizsár worked alongside Kella as second in command at the Stonemasons Guild. Now that Masons have always been known for using a touch of magic in their creations to give them that added edge that makes them famous throughout Operencia. But a touch wasn't enough for Boldizsár. He craved more, spending his free time immersed in books of the dark arts. Boldizsár opted to mix work with pleasure when he suggested human sacrifice as a solution to successfully complete their troubled project now known as Deva Fortress, which he way too easily got all of his comrades to agree to. Of course, this results in the death of Anna and our own trials at Deva. Boldizsár must have impressed someone along the way, someone of influence. He is now a full-fledged Garaboncius wizard, using his dark arts for the good of humanity, which would involve basically no good whatsoever. His idealistic vision would result in dragons ruling over humanity, as well as the probable end of Operencia with no sun to light it. His path of joining the clan was unorthodox, to say the least. And it wouldn't surprise me if whomever he did impress made some sort of deal with him to speed up his inclusion to that exclusive club. So far, I would say he is formidable but not impossible to defeat. But then again, he can summon a dragon. That does tilt the odds in his favor. Only the invulnerability of the dragon. He himself, I was going to take him. It was going to be no biggie. I was there. I was ready. But then he ran away after like one turn. Ooh. 10 intelligence versus 10 energy. It's gotta be a jet. Yeah. It only increases my energy by 1. Well, making me lose a bunch of power. Yeah. It's straight up a 42 attack difference. Yeah. 10% energy would be nice, but 10 intelligence is obviously better. It's telling me how this is a better thing. It is 10 intelligence again. That is a lot of intelligence to continue to spike my damage with. But so are you, right? Yeah, this increases my attack percentages by another 4%, and my energy by another 4%. I don't know if I'm quite ready to switch to that. You can't use it though, can you? 45 intelligence is a big ask. You have 21. Shit. Not great. Yeah, nobody's even close, right? Yeah, she can uniquely use it. It's hard to say. I'm not sure how to compare. Let's see. So what's the highest damage spell I have? 41. Yeah, it's pretty much the 41, right? And Death's Touch. Alright, so Lightning Strike can do up to 41 damage. Does that... I wonder if that calculates. It went from 41 to 40. That's 10 intelligence? Wow. The other bonuses of intelligence must be pretty good. Because that wasn't great. Oh yeah. 77 more energy, 5 initiative, 7.5% crit chance and crit damage, which I don't know if that affects spells. I think spells can crit. Let's compare some of this. So losing my bonus percentage of energy and stuff like that and switching to this guy, I will lose 25 energy. So the energy bonus I'm getting from my book is better than this 10 intelligence. Extra attack chance goes up, but I don't attack as this character. Initiative goes up a bit. And mostly it's a bunch of crit damage. Let's see how it affects my spellcasting. 1 more damage on lightning. Yeah, it's not the best at selling it for me. Whereas this has that life steal. I want that life steal. It's helping her keep alive because she's not as hardy as the other characters. Even though I've poured all of my stats into her health twice now, she's very easy to kill. Big physical strike that causes sleeping. Only a 30% chance of success in both cases. A little rough. A little tempting to just keep pouring points into the defense stat. It says 1 out of 4. Even if I buy this, I have to buy 2 of these to go forward. There's a big gate here. Unity. Increase 20% damage resistance whenever you have an active minion. Whoa. Big on the active minion abilities, apparently. That's just all damage resist. That's pretty much the best thing ever. Oh yeah, basic skills give me 10% energy. Whenever I use a wind skill, I don't remember what hers are. But at the moment, only bash. Yeah, that resist is pretty strong. More strength. Just overkill that shit. Oh yeah, your new skill. Your grueling skill. I'm not crazy about this crush spell. I guess one of the benefits is that I can attack the back row, I suppose.
This door isn't going to open itself. Let's go create that key we need.
Well, new map. What's the... There's 4 secrets this time. What? Oh. Money. I was seeing it from... I saw the icon from back here, so I was a little confused. Check out them columns. As far as the eye can see, an entire zone of it.
I'm guessing our fight will be with skeletons. Or spiders. Or skeletons riding spiders. That'd be a fun new challenge.
You speak the words of a fool, Yoshka. Woodcutters will challenge us.
Woodcutters? Yes. How foolish of me.
If we can find 4 more like this, we will have enough material to process the key.
I'm a little torn, because on one hand, I like this ridiculous zone of a forest made of copper, all the way down to the people being here being like clockwork or steampunk robots, basically.
Not exactly what I was expecting when you said woodcutters, Chilla.
They're machines. We should feel no remorse for killing them.
You speak as though they have no souls. They do.
Yes, Gunsel told me of these creatures, I will call them. Damned souls seeking repentance through godly servitude.
Their copper bodies feel no pain. They simply tire out after a while.
Just like a royal ghost, eh? Crazy to think half of you weren't even there for that.
Okay, so yeah, you can't... They talk about how they have a soul, but you can't terrify or madden them at the very least. But yeah, on that topic, it's an imaginative idea, the Copper Forest, but at the same time, one of the things I criticize is that whenever a game wants to be magical and crazy, the first thing they do is fill an entire zone with columnar jointing, and that's exactly what this level is. The entire level is just packed with it. Lightning! Ooh. That did some damage. So my entire... I might want to swap out my skills unless they hit me with different enemies in this zone. Because what was working against the dragons in the from the last zone, the dragonkin, is not going to work great here. Because these guys are immune to all mental effects. Just altogether. And also instant kills, apparently. But they're very lightning vulnerable, as it turns out. So that's neato. Let's let you heal the party. While you do this. Oh. It changed through the entire party. Is that the effect of, oh, he dead. Is that the effect of, what am I trying to say? Of being so lightning sensitive that the chance of it bouncing increases like crazy? Is that part of that? There's some damage.
The gods have blessed us today.
Wow. 1400 experience. That's a lot of experience for one fight, considering our current requirement per level. Broken Sword of Volturnus. Lesser Book of Lightning. So that's going to be a garbage lightning thing. Because generally speaking, these are underwhelming. Yeah. Wow, it's really bad. This game has balancing problems with its loot sometimes. Specifically, it's spellcasting. The spellcasting seems overpowered in general, but also there's just weird stuff like this where, like, they keep giving me this item, which when I first encountered one, I was pretty sure it was a downgrade from the normal spell books that give you a +1 to everything, or they give you a bonus to everything, because it was only a tiny specialization to justify it. But now they're still handing out the elemental specific ones. I get that they're giving them to me in the chapter where the enemies are vulnerable to the element of that book, but my current book gives you double the bonus, and I've had so many opportunities to get books like this one that are stronger than 8%. Like, I'm getting this loot under the question of, like, do you want to go from 16 energy and 14 all to 5 energy and 8 of 1? Like, no one would ever do that. 0 people would do that, as it turns out. Legend says he who wields this sword can also control all the waters. Too bad it's shattered. Maybe we'll have a chance for that. Copper soldiers. I've seen complicated machinery, and I've of course seen men, but machine men? Leave it to the land of the gods to offer such abominations. The truth is, I'd find them fascinating if their very presence didn't involve a fight for my life. Still, I referred to them as woodcutters. Such odd terminology. There's no wood here in the Copper Forest, only copper. But who am I to argue with a god? Still, I'd call them copper soldiers instead. Again. They're trying to kill us. Yes, it was Hadur himself who brought these soldiers to life, but that's not completely inaccurate phrasing either. Campos says their state of being lies somewhere between programmed machinery, if such a thing is even possible, and actual humanity. I feel like you being surprised that the machinery is possible is weirder than being surprised by their humanity. There are souls in there, damned ones seeking repentance through servitude to Abdul. That can't be an enjoyable afterlife. I can only imagine what lesser alternative is like in the underworld. If he doesn't think the idea of them being programmed is possible, then what does the word program mean to him? I wonder. Because that's the only context that it seems applicable normally. Would people ever talk about... Like, would you ever talk about people as being programmed if you didn't have the context for the word program coming from the idea of programming artificial things to do things?
No one mentioned flaming insects.
Out to avenge all their smaller cousins you captured on the Wild Tree, no doubt.
Hey, they wound up being useful, didn't they?
They're not flaming, they're lightning. Lightning and stun immune. Uh-oh. Alright. Time to keep our expectations broad. Let's do this guy. Maybe these guys will be terrified? They're insane. Okay, cool. At least it works on them. So lightning won't work, but fire will. And my fire just got a buff. Artie's taking some damage. You're the strongest one, and now you're not. Party could use a top off, and their party could use a fireball. Oh, that took care of things. We should use rest before. Yeah, that happens. Silk cloth, the same one. Lightning bugs. In certain parts of Operencia, fireflies like the ones I caught in the World Tree are also known as lightning bugs. Alas, no one from those regions has ever met a lightning bug of the Copper Forest. What can one say about such creatures that isn't already in their name? They're bugs made of lightning that are very likely to use the living energy that comprises them to strike you down. That pretty much covers it. I would say so. Hello. Per Lord Hadur's instruction, I have hidden all 4 keys. Keys that lock 4 doors guarding the moat for yet another key. Mind you, throughout this forest. Each is appropriately secure in accordance to the element it represents. I have no idea why he relayed his instructions to me in bad poetry, but I sure am glad I wrote it all down. They will come to my palace, some seeking malice, yet others with love in their hearts. My respect they must earn, and they're going to learn that I value both swordplay and smarts. 4 keys they must find, some ahead, some behind, some quite low, while others much higher. Decide where each of them goes, so long as each placement shows themes of earth, wind, water, and fire. Alright, that doesn't sound like it's really much of a puzzle for me. So I don't think I need to decode this. They're just saying, hey, solve my puzzle. There's an elemental component. I was a little... Because there was 4 segments, I thought that each series of 3 lines might be a clue about a different one. But that's not what they're going for here. As a mere mortal from Operencia, I never imagined I'd be summoned to the land of the gods to hide keys of all things. It seems creating all those impractical locks and secret areas for King Breck's castle have paid off to a far greater degree than just adding some complication to that madman's rule. I hear he's called upon the stonemasons to fix things. Ha! Good luck. Say, I wonder if anyone has pulled the secret lever to the dragon's cage yet. Oh. Sounds distressingly like that. Might be how he died. Be careful, y'all. They're way inside. We'll see. Well, there's obviously a door, but no obvious way to open said door.